This is a paper set on poverty. What is poverty? Poverty is when a country is poor, like this. You can see 1 billion people starving. When did poverty become an issue? Poverty has been an issue since the dawn of time. Back in the medieval times, the peasants were the ones in poverty. In the times of the pharaoh, the slaves were the ones in poverty. And in modern day, almost everywhere you look, somebody will be in poverty. Where does poverty take place? Poverty is one of the few issues that takes place everywhere in the world, but poverty mostly takes place in undeveloped countries. Some of these very poor countries are Congo, Liberia, Zimbabwe, Sudan, Somalia, Central African Republic, Nigeria, Madagascar, Malawi, Togo, Afghanistan, Ethiopia. The reasons these countries being the poorest in the world is usually because they're the most populated areas with the most few jobs and the most low-income jobs. This usually leads to poverty and violence. Why is poverty an important issue? People in poverty are consistently fighting to live their everyday life. Sometimes they break the law and escape their problems. They may have good intentions, yet they get labeled as criminals. People in poverty look out for each other, but mostly look down upon. Most kids in poverty usually growing up without parents or only one parent. This usually causes serious psychological problems. Plus, they cannot afford nice things, and because of that, getting hired to a decent paying job can almost be impossible. This is why poverty is such an important issue, and why we need to help this issue. Imagine if you were one of them. Wouldn't you want help from others? After researching about poverty, I came to the conclusion that poverty is an inevitable issue, but we can reduce it, and that it may eventually lead to ending poverty forever. The rules we can implement is to reduce poverty rates, and that a state must be a welfare state with equal human rights. You must ban interest-free land and advocate interest-free loans and banking. We must impose the rule that everyone must give 2.5% of their yearly savings and wealth on poor people. This could be giving money to a person, a food bank, or even an organization like UNICEF. We should also impose a form of 7% tax on all products from the earth, and an example of it is agriculture and minerals, to spend on public facilities and poor people. Every country should also have free and proper education to women and men. This is very important because lack of education usually leads to poverty, which leads to other bad things. These are some words that relate to poverty, such as struggling, poor, hunger, distress, defeat, hope, survival, faith, depression, absence, freedom, worthless. Thank you for listening to our poverty slide.